Okay, welcome to video one. Now, we've got a lot of cool stuff to cover in this video, so make sure you've got a pen and paper handy, because what I'm going to show you is real gold. This is keyword gold. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to fly under the radar in some of the most competitive multi-billion-dollar niches and secure your slice of the big money pies. And you can literally create a flood, a tsunami of traffic if you get the right keywords and target the right markets with your videos. Now, here's the thing. When you go and search on Google, for example, there's a lot, that's where a lot of people start. Let's just do a quick example here. Say, for example, I did acne as a search term. Now, this gets searched for millions of times a month, okay? So this is a huge, huge market. In fact, one of the leading products available in the acne market is Proactiv. You've probably seen the commercials for that. They did over $500 million. That's a number I heard recently. They've probably done more than that in the last 12 months. But that is a huge multi-million or multi-billion dollar market. Now, if you scroll down here, you'll see there's lots of search terms and everything else. Real quick, we're going to dig down a little bit. I'm just going to go into, let's say, acne cure and see if there's any videos. And this is what we want to do. This is why I like going after certain keywords. I want to get on the first page with one of these here. Now, as you can see, that has a thumbnail, a play button, a title, and everything else. It's eye-catching. It stands out from the rest of the crowd here. So we could, with some very smart keyword research, find a good keyword that we can dominate, get our videos ranked for, and get one of these featured sections that you see everywhere. And literally, if you are in the top 3 results here, if you see a great big thumbnail with a video and a play button, what do you think is going to get clicked on first? The number 1 spot in the natural search listing gets about 50% of the clicks. The number 2 spot, about 25% of the clicks. Number 3 spot, about 10%, and anything after that is kind of minimal. However, when it comes to videos, if it's anywhere in the number 3, the top 3, gets about 50 to 60% of the clicks. So that's what we want to do. That's where we want to be. So that's what I'm going to show you a little bit about today, and that's why keyword research is so important. So, as you can see here, I just want to show you we have the Google AdWords tool up. Now, a lot of people use this tool, but don't realize there's some real hidden power in here. So it's all happening in here. Now, say, for example, I had a broad scope keyword I wanted to go after, just as a billion-dollar pie. Now, we could use acne as an example, and a lot of niche marketing courses teach you to narrow down and go down to a very specific sub-niche and then dominate there. Well, that's all well and good, but I like to go after much bigger, broader niches where there's a lot of traffic and a lot of generic traffic, so that I can then go and find a keyword that suits my purposes. Let's just take acne as an example. That is a billion-dollar industry, and you can do this with any market at all, and you'll see how you can vary this down. So let's just put in acne. Again, we're going very broad as possible, and the more broad your market is, and as I say, the more active your market is, the more likely you are to find these hidden gems. Now, I've got a capture here. Thankfully, this one's easy. I usually have terrible trouble with captures because I'm dyslexic. So, here we go. We have our general term. We don't want to select only show ideas closely related to my search terms, because we want it to go and suggest relative terms and related terms that we might not have even thought of, because right now we're just spawning ideas. And then we want to come down to here. This is where most people don't even realize the potential is. So we have advanced options. Now, first of all, the language we wanted to have the location of the United States in English, because that's predominantly who our market's going to be. You can go all countries and all languages, but it just gets a little confusing. We want to have the global monthly searches greater than 10,000, because, hey, we want to at least have 10,000 people looking for our keywords per month. Now, we can go less, we can go more. But 10,000 is a pretty good average term, because what we want to do is gather about 10 or more keywords, 10 to 20 keywords, that combined make up a huge search volume. Now remember, we're not just going after one keyword here. We're going after as many as possible. So the next thing, we'll add another filter here. We want the competition. Here's the really cool stuff. We only want low and medium competition. We don't want high competition. You can go for high competitive niches if you want to. It's going to take you a lot longer to get there and a lot more time and a lot more effort. I prefer to have 10 medium competition ones than one high competition one, because I can get a lot more traffic from those. So again, we're getting high search volume, low competition, and we can go really low if we wanted to. We could take out the medium ones, and the low competition is cool. Now here's the thing, the competition is actually AdWords competition, people bidding with pay-per-click. But here's the thing, there's a correlation between the more competitive people are with AdSense and AdWords and the SEO competition, the natural listings that we will see. For example, if we were looking here, these are the natural listings right here. These are the pay-per-click. We have a lot of pay-per-click people here, but we also have a lot of competition in this area. So we want to find good keywords that have low competition or lower competition, but a lot of traffic potential. In other words, they get searched for a lot. So with that being said, we can go another way, and this is an extra little tip. I like to get the estimated average cost per click greater than $2. Now here's the thing, guys. Most people with AdWords, if they're spending over $1 on pay-per-click, they need to be making some money back from that. So let's actually change it down. Let's lower it a little bit. Let's say $1. Okay. Now this kind of guarantees to you that if a lot of people are spending $1 a click in this market, they're quite likely doing pretty well, and that means it's a money niche or a money keyword. That really helps us. So we'll come down here, and once we've got our little filters in place, we'll click on search. So this goes off, thinks for a moment, and it goes, grabs what it needs. Now this is cool. We leave it with broad search. Now personally, at this stage, I like to keep it a little broader, and you can see right here, this has given us, and let me see, where is the terms, about 100 results found. You can see that right here. Let me zoom in there. So we have 50 items right here. Let's actually show 100 per page. So we have quite a few terms, and it's saying acne is a low competition term. I tend not to believe that. What I look to are terms with 2 to 6 keywords. I actually prefer 2 to 4 keywords, but that's depending on what you're finding. Now we arrange this by global monthly searches, so we get the highest ranking ones right at the top. Now, for example, let's have a look here and see what we've got. So I'm now going to show you how I drill down and check these out. Now, for example, if I wanted to go after get rid of acne, okay, that looks like an interesting term. Gets 165 broad searches per month. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take that, and then we're going to go actually back over to Google, because I want to see my competition. So I'm going to go click on that, but let's go do a search for just get rid of acne. Now we can see here we have 3 million or 3.7 million results. That sounds like quite a lot, and I'm kind of like, okay, that's quite high. I like to have under 2 million broad results or less. But let's have a little look further. Now the first thing I'm going to do is turn on SEO Quake, and you do that by clicking on this button in the lower right corner, and then we'll refresh this page. Now you can see right now it's going off to search, and what SEO Quake does is really cool. Under each result in Google and Yahoo, I think it works with Bing as well, it will actually analyze the search terms and tell you a lot of information about it. For example, this one, get rid of acne, has a page rank of 6, so that's kind of high if we wanted the #1 spot. but it has about 19,000 pages indexed within Google, a lot of links and everything else. That's kind of high, but I'm looking at some of the ones below here, and look at this, PageRank 3, 3, 0, 0. We could easily get on the first page of this website. And not a lot of links going on, a lot of new stuff, some older domains, because you can see the age of the domain, but there's a lot we can do with this. There's a lot of zeros on here and what have you, and look, there's some YouTube videos as well, so we could get on here quite easily if we beat out this one from Howcast on YouTube, and this one we could get on there. So that is an interesting setup right now. Now, that tells me, first of all, just the first dive into this, that there's a lot of potential here. We could get on this with not too much hassle if we do a lot of good backlinking, a lot of base principles of SEO. And another reason I really like, so just quickly glancing at that, that tells me, okay, I could get on this page, but let's have a look at the SEO behind this now. What I've done is I've turned off SEO Quick here, and what I want to do now is I want to see how many results I have for that exact term. So we've kind of done an analysis of the home page. Let's have a look at what else is going on. Now, for the exact term, it's come down from 3.7 million to 688,000 results. It's still a little bit high, but it's workable. So let's do in title. What this does, this is some, again, cool kind of ninja Google stuff. This tells you who has the exact term in the title of their listing. Now, this is very cool because the title is actually one of the strongest ways to get ranked in Google and pretty much all search engines. So by doing this, we can actually see who's doing this. And if we do that, it's about 104,000. Again, a little competitive. I prefer to have it with that under 50,000, and the less the better. But, you know, again, we can work with that. So here's another one I like to do. In URL. And that tells us who actually has it in the URL as well. And that comes down to 71,000. Well, that's still kind of high. Again, I like to have that under 25,000. So that's telling me I might not go after this particular term, but let's do what I call the ultra laser targeting, which is both. You can do both at the same time, in title and in URL. And that says 58,000. Okay, that tells me that's pretty competitive. I probably wouldn't go after this market, although I was encouraged to see for the general term, get rid of acne, there were videos on the homepage. So we could get there with video marketing. If you're doing article marketing or niche marketing, that would probably be a little too competitive. But again, that's why I like video marketing. You can raise those numbers right up and do a lot with it. So let's actually go back to our list. And what I want to do is I'm going to knock out the medium competition ones now. I want to go just for the low competition. Again, look at these. 60,000 results for acne cause, or cause of acne. Now, Google's smart. It knows basically these are the same things. But if we want to go after cause of acne, let's go have a look and see what's going on there. Cause of acne. And again, look at this. It's given us all these different suggestions that we could go after. But if we did that, cause of acne, that has broad scope, 9 million competitors. Now, you might think, well, that must be way too high. But let's have a look at the exact term. And that's really what we want to see. What is going on for the exact term?